So we check with Restream first. Okay, connected. Let's check with Twitch. And Twitch. And Twitch it is twitching. But I don't see the stream yet. What about YouTube? Alright, YouTube picked it up. Twitch is the tardy one today. Usually it's... Okay, we're on Twitch. Welcome to Code Hangout number 230. Or maybe the last one of the year. Maybe I'll do one more. Today, I'm just going to do a few miscellaneous things. So first, I want to check on Snow Cannon. I want to check on the old Snow Cannon effect and see if I can enable it. Maybe for like till the end of January or something. I want to look at something that Curling Clips posted in the Discord about chess symbol substitutions. Chess Unicode symbols. Unicode / SVG symbols. All right. There, I might maybe revisit Snow Effect from last week, but I don't think I have enough time to implement that. I left it too late in the year, as per usual. There was something else. I might look at some Thinky Game styling stuff. And there wasn't there something else? I'm pretty sure. Oh yes. Think about or plan or explore topics for G4G talk. So I want to give a short talk about Sudoku Pad. Hey Keith, at the Gathering for Gardener event that I'm going to attend in February, if I can get my passport renewed tomorrow, in San Francisco. And they made a call for like a 5-minute talk. So maybe I want to put together like a short, sort of like a brief history of Sudoku Pad, like the crazy journey I've been on, and just summarize it in sort of 5 minutes. Like I've never done a short talk like that before, and I've never really talked in front of a real audience. Like, you know, SudokuCon was great, but like I feel like I knew the people I was talking to. And when I give interviews or talk in, you know, podcasts and stuff, I don't know, it's just like live streaming, and I can sit down and talk for 2 hours about Sudoku Pad, no problem. But I've never prepared a talk, so I feel like it's a really good exercise. Happy Solstice. All right. So first I want to look at this Snow Cannon, because I know the effect is still in the page. And I recently watched a CTC video, and the snow effect came up, and I thought, oh great, I set it up. For once I did the right thing, and I set it up in a way that it just automatically ran. And then I realized it was an old video from last year, so it obviously isn't running. Now, what I did last time, I think, is it under experimental? Yes. So I left the Snow Cannon there, but I don't have a way to automatically toggle it. Now, I want to look into this because I have a seasonal plugin, but I don't think I actually am using it, because the idea was to use that for things like this, so for those one-offs like the pumpkin pop-up. So yeah, I wanna because the deadline is the 31st, so not much time left. But I want to do just some very rough things, like figure out, okay, so I just before the stream I googled, apparently it's around 120 words per minute, but maybe I'll actually time myself on stream. And I want to think about like sort of maybe a rough, like, hey, 5 sections or something, you know, because I want to talk a little bit about the basics of how I started it. Like, I don't want it to be about the tech. I want it to be about sort of, oh, you know, I communicated with people on Twitter, you know, that's how I talked to CTC, and then how I kind of got sucked into the whole puzzle community that I was a complete outsider to before. And sort of I evolved along with it. Anyway, that's the sort of thing I want to talk about. Like a brief history of Sudoku Pad, kind of what is Sudoku Pad and where did it come from, and what a weird world we live in where you can just do something like that, you know, where you don't have to build a business or have a customer. You can just talk to somebody on Twitch and have a YouTube and make videos and things like that, right? Seasonal, here it is. So I think there's the SudokuCon survey stuff in here. There was Halloween 2023. So I think the cannon isn't actually in here at all, because the cannon was sort of made permanent, but it should be under events, puzzle events, I think. So under puzzle events, I'm gonna have to make this a bit smaller, otherwise I can't fit much on the screen. Actually, I can maybe do this a little bit. So we have these different cannons. I'm curious. Oh no, Explorer crashed. God damn it, Explorer. Why does Explorer always crash? This is a weird thing. Crashes when resizing, when what do you call them? Docked windows. It does that so often. Like, no, it's not display scaling. And it's not File Explorer. I'm gonna restart it and hope it doesn't. Yeah, I can't even open my task manager here because okay, now it's restarting on its own. So can I dock now? I really kind of am depending on the stock defect. So now are these docked together? Yeah. The problem is now everything is out of order, and I think it crashed again. Yeah, Explorer still crashed or hasn't restarted properly. Yeah, no, it's crashed again. Look at that. It crashed again. Well, shit. I gotta do it again. It crashed again. And I have no idea why it would do that. It's such a basic, you know, Windows management is such a basic operation. Okay, no, Explorer, it didn't even self-restart. It's in my autocomplete because that's the only thing I ever start from here. All right, now at least I can rearrange the buttons on my taskbar again, which, like, it can't just write that down somewhere. It can't just remember where the buttons were. It's such a silly thing. Well, we're not gonna solve that right now. Now I'm gonna have to find the browser window I was using. And the right one, ideally. I think that's my streaming window. That's this one. Where is... Okay, I think that's this one. All right, I think we're okay. All right. Yeah, we still got our snow cannon happening here. All right. Where was I? Oh yes, I was gonna check this setting, 3 in the corner effect. So this text, if I search for, nope, no, that's not searching. If I search for, nope, 3 dash in dash the dash corner dash, oh, effect. I search for that string, puzzle events. Okay, so that's in here. Okay, so because what I would love to do is... The annoying thing is I want to honor people who explicitly changed it. So, I feel like, okay, because some people disable it, right? And I don't want to enable it, force enable it for them, because I know there's some people who have, you know, there's a problem. There's some social problems with this. So probably what I want to do is, if it's confetti or DT dude, I change it to snow cannon. If it's off, I don't touch it. So let's have a quick look at seasonal, because I think this is how I was handling it prior. Handle dialog show dialog, attach Sudoku survey, because handle dialog show Sudoku info. Okay, so we basically want to have a separate one here. So we want to do something like init, like ideally you'd have some sort of registry, right? And then like some triggers, kind of like with the 3 in the corner effect, where the trigger is the digit, but the trigger here being a date and time. But for now, I'm just gonna manually put it in, and I'll think about this in the future, how something like this could be handled more elegantly. Init winter season. So we'll do something like this. All right, and I'm just gonna do this, and then here we're just gonna do this. And then we'll just say const season start date equals new date. And can I just use my normal syntax here? 225-12-01, let's say. Yeah, so we're just gonna say something like that. And then we're just gonna go end date 26/01/31 or whatever the last day of January will be. 31. Okay. And in the moment I'm not gonna do any time zone, so it's gonna be in CET, which doesn't matter. It's a 2-month period. Hey Chameleon, how are you doing? Oh, I was gonna wear my Santa hat, babe. Greta? Yeah, I think our Santa hat is not nearby. All right. Start date now. Date. Right. Then we'll say start date and date now date, and then now date. Now date is greater or equal to start date, and is smaller or equal to end date. So if I do this and then refresh this page, it should say true. All right, and if I change this to, let's say 2025, then this should be false. Yeah. Okay. So let's put this in a variable. Active. That's just going to be this. Right. Right. And if not active, return. Boom. All right. So I didn't continue after the stream, and it's a fun effect, but I don't know if I have enough time to do something with it right now. I have so many other things on my mind, unfortunately. Maybe I'll come back to it some other time. I don't know. So for now, I'd like to actually, you know, you do these things one-off, but in the end, now so Elektrobear has been around long enough that I can say, hey, you know, we'll probably still be around next year. So I think I want to start building things that just automatically do this sort of thing each year, you know, automatically, and then I can always adjust it and stuff, but have something that is not just rushed and thrown together quickly, you know. So once we're in the active state, we want to look at those settings. So I'm just going to look at framework. Let me make this a bit bigger. So framework.get setting. So I want to look at a user setting. See setting name. Puzzle events. Does that make sense? That doesn't make a lot of sense, is it? Okay. That's not really how this should go. It shouldn't be under puzzle events, to be honest. The setting should have been a bit more fine-grained. But that is how it is at the moment. So let setting equals that. And I'm gonna change it. Actually, I want to know what it is on a Virgin setup. So if we open this on a incognito window and open it like that, right? So setting val is undefined, and over here it's snow cannon. If I change this to, let's say, confetti, setting val comes back as undefined. So this is happening too early. Shoot. When are these settings available? When does this handle init being executed? So init winter season is here. When does framework load the settings? When does framework load the settings? Get setting, settings, get settings, get setting. Wait. Okay, wait a second. Let's get set, return. Do not use settings directly. Okay. So set setting, get setting, settings equal. Where are these being set? Wait a second. I am not setting them. So I'm nowhere am I assigning dot settings. Okay. Nowhere am I assigning this except in this getter setter. Right. So we have save settings, set setting, init settings. Oh, because we are assigning it. We're not just assigning the property directly. We're okay. We are just okay. When is this happening? And is that async? I don't even know. Init settings happens later. Init DOM content loaded. Is this firing a event? Init settings. Is there an init event? App init. DOM content load init settings. How is there no event here? So init. So init, the first thing we're doing is init settings, and then earlier in init, we're directly in the handler, and it's just after the silly sleep. What event should we wait for? I don't see it firing any events after this. That's a little annoying. Default settings, query settings, get settings, saved settings. Where's the thing that actually loads the data? Get data. Save settings, upgrade settings, init settings. Here. Get data, settings key, yada yada yada. Trim unknown settings. Ensure loader. We have timeout. Load puzzle. Well, I guess we can wait till the puzzle is loaded. Find. I guess puzzle events. That would be too smart of me if puzzle events themselves also trigger events, right? I'm guessing there's a trigger timeout, but there's no event trigger. Okay. Okay. On load it. On loaded. Loaded or start? I always forget which one happens first. The problem is, does it trigger the event? Wait, if I do this, right? Good. And now if I refresh, it doesn't re-trigger. All right. Const app puzzle equals framework. Oop. Event loaded. I just want to see when that triggers. We lost a letter. So loaded happens down here, and with timestamps, timestamps. Where do I see timestamps? Timestamps. Yeah, so this is literally, there's actually no delay. This is, well, in this case, because it loads fast, but this is after that sleep 0, which I had to put in because of event stuff. So in the moment, I'm not going to argue about it. So handle, can I just put that in here? I think I can just do here something like, first of all, we're going to put that up here. All right, and then async function handle loaded like that. Like that. If I do this here, whoops, like that, and then we'll just do this here, like that, then we refresh that. Yeah, so then here the setting is confetti. Okay, so I think I wanna honor off. Actually, I want to hard code the list of enabled settings. All right, so blah blah blah. And do I want to remember the prior setting? No, because because there's only two, DT Dude, and anybody who changed it to DT Dude will also be able to change it back from snow if they want to. So then the question is, how do I prevent it from overriding somebody who changes it after the snow arrives? So I need a second setting for this seasonal that is labeled after the year. So I can say, if somebody forcefully changes it, we're not gonna revert it, right? So we'll only do this once, quote unquote, right? So affected settings. So we want confetti, and we want to look up the exact list here. Confetti, DT Dude, and only those two. Snow cannon off will ignore. Snow cannon actually maybe yes, because if I don't toggle it then, and somebody has it on snow cannon, then they change it to confetti, it might change it back to snow cannon. So we want to do that for snow cannon as well. So we want to find if these are unaffected settings, right? And then here we're gonna do let is affected includes settings val, right? And then we can do that here. So now we're basically saying, okay, we're affected. Now we want to proceed eventually, right? And then we'll basically, I think we want to move to a separate function here. Something like start winter season, boom. Like that. We have that here. Then if is affected, this dot start winter season, boom. And we can do all this like that. We can probably just do this. Like that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. If not active, return. So now it should get us to start winter season. But this, because we made a function here, so we'll actually want to do const and load it equals async. Oop. Like that. All right. Start winter season. And now we want to make sure we are saving a setting. All right, so here we have a setting name seasonal. And we basically want to, or do we want to make a custom setting for it? And set setting. Setting. Where set setting, setting default. So we want to have a setting name here. So const setting name equals winter season. Right? Winter season. What I want to call it? We said we want to do it by year. Do we want to make this like, I'm already thinking, can I actually plan this ahead so it'll still work next year? We'll probably, for now, let's not do that. But in the future, you know, we want to adjust potentially these and so on and so forth. So winter season 2026. So we want to do a get setting on that. So dot log setting Get setting, setting name. Like that. And then here, we'll decide what we're going to do next. So first of all, we want to read. So this should be undefined. If it's undefined, we probably want to go ahead. If it's not undefined, we'll exit. So we basically want to do if is not equal undefined, return. Right. And now we want to toggle it. So if it's not undefined, it means we've already changed it, which means if somebody changes their own whatever setting. Oh, and we can actually save the current setting in there. So what we can do is we can do this and then check what it'll be like afterwards. And then afterwards, we'll save the original. And now if I refresh it, setting is undefined. Why is it still undefined? Ugh, that's not right. Get setting, setting names, get setting, setting name, set setting, setting name, get setting, setting name. Why is it not giving us the changed value? No, here it is confetti. Why is it here not correct? That's not right. So, setting. So it should be here. Winter season 2026 confetti. And if I load it here, that's exactly what we're seeing. Then why does it not load that here? If I do this here, what does that look like? Why does it come through as undefined? Get setting, set setting. All right, that doesn't look right. What if I say this? Get settings. If I do this. Get settings. Winter season 2026 confetti. And then here, it comes back as undefined. The fuck? Excuse my French. What am I doing wrong here? So get setting. All right. We have name and settings. And then finally, name in settings. Right. And finally, the most finalist of the finalists, the actual value. So if I do this, what am I going to see here? All right, well, I'm going to see it a million times, sure. But in its settings, sure. Winter season 2026, true. Setting name confetti. Setting to confetti. Name in settings, true. Setting blah, blah, blah. Name and settings false. Undefined. Setting name shows these cells get settings. If name equals whatever that name was, winter season 2026, then output these. Only then. Get settings. Undefined. Name and settings false. Name and settings false. What the heck? If I do this, right? What am I missing here? So this should be a copy of the settings. It is not here. So is that maybe because these are the defaults? And then down here, they've finally been loaded. Why is it not here? Because when I look at the actual data, I am seeing it here. What the frick? Get settings. Get settings. What did we do before? We said we looked at init settings here, right? Oh, shoot. Configured settings. Because it's not in settings ops. Oh, okay. So I cannot just store arbitrary data. I have to do it under the umbrella of the feature name or a setting that I'm actually that I'm actually configuring. Okay, I completely forgot. So I have to actually add the setting first. So we actually need to add the setting if we're gonna use it. So we'll have to do this. Can we have a setting added that's invisible? Hidden. Group name hidden. So if I say group hidden, and I'm hoping I've used this before, right? Okay. I think I'm gonna put it all in here for now. So I don't have a whole bunch of functions sitting out here. So if I say const start winter season, so then we can put the setting name here. Right. And then is active. Maybe I can turn that into a helper function. You can just say const is active equals blah blah blah. Equals like that. Something like that, right? And then I can just say if is active blah. Right. These settings we probably want to have up here. Then we have the start winter season. We have the hand loaded. Add setting. Setting name. So that's now this. And I'm sure that's not going to frickin' confuse the hell out of me in the future. So I think I just have to do that. Nothing else. And that's part of our init. And that goes right there. Right there. Nope. this is wrong. This needs to go here. That's our initialization stuff. Here we're doing our handle loaded. I don't really want all this code here. It's not necessary. But this should already work better. Start winter season is not a function. Well, it's local now. Right. I think I can put this here, and then I can just have them all be part of the const block. I think that should be okay. I'm not sure if that's good hygiene, code hygiene. I probably should be having these as separate consts. So now we're getting the setting, name and settings true, confetti. All right, so now that is all fine. We don't need to do this all over the place. Well, actually, we do want to do it here. We don't want to do this for now. We don't care about that. I wonder if I don't want to do the whole start winter season here. Like if I want to merge these basically. Because it seems like extraneous. So we can probably just move this into that function. So if not is affected, return, boom. Don't need that. Okay. And now it should get setting, get settings, get setting, get settings. So we're getting setting here once, twice. Do we want the setting recorded here? Don't really need it. So we can now get rid of our debug code here. No, that's not it. Here. And here. Right? I think I want to get rid of the timestamps again. No, they're just annoying me. All right, so we output that twice. Why twice? Okay, so we don't get past the return now because the setting's been set. And now here is where we prior we wanted to do that. Can just do that. Okay. And now at this point, we can do our thing, right? So here we now can toggle it. And I think we literally changed this. When this toggles 3 in the corner, I think then this will hit. So right now we have confetti. Wait. The reason we stored the prior value there was... Can I do framework.remove setting? Or if I set it to undefined. So if I take this and set it to undefined, is that the equivalent of delete? So if I refresh now, it comes as undefined. It should hit down here. And then this, we should be able to do set setting puzzle events. And that should now hard code to snow cannon, right? So if I do this right now, put a 3 here. We have confetti. Reset that. Refresh. No, still confetti. If I do this, and then do that here, refresh, do this. Okay, so now if I change it to confetti, it's now confetti. If I refresh it, it should still be confetti. If I reset that and now refresh it, it should now be snow cannon. Right. But if I get this setting, it says snow cannon, which isn't right. It should have stored the prior setting here. All right, so reset this again. Change this to confetti. Right. Let's not change anything for a second here. So we do this. I want to have 2 variables actually. Core setting event, new setting name, and the current setting name is puzzle events. Current name, temp name. So current name is puzzle events. So wherever we're using puzzle events, we'll use current name. So we'll do that, that, right? And then current name, get setting. Wait, why do we use setting val here? Yeah, current name, setting val. No, that should be, yes, current name, car val. Right. Current name. Temp name. Right. Now, these shouldn't change. And for now, I should be able to just do this. It should be confetti. If I refresh, setting name is not defined. Where am I still using that? Setting name here. So that should be temp name. Boom. So it's undefined and it's confetti, and it'll run as confetti. Right. So now the point is, if the current thing is in here, and right now I'm not going to do the return. I'm basically, instead of returning, I'm going to say console.warn setting already changed, comma, exit here. So, but we're not changing it, so this shouldn't trigger. Temp name. Boom. So that won't trigger. So now we're gonna set the temp name to current value, right? And then the car name to temp value. So car value is this here, but TMP val equals snow cannon, right? So that's going to be the new temporary value is going to go into the current name. And we're caching that here. So if I do this, now this will be snow cannon, and we will have cached or stored the original value here. So we can restore it, except it hasn't changed it, even though we've changed the setting. So set setting hasn't updated that. So handle the change handler hasn't triggered, I guess. Now, obviously, I'm gonna have to set this as undefined, and actually, we're gonna have to make 2 changes. So I'm gonna make me a little bit of a line of code here that I can use. So then, puzzle events is going to be confetti. If I put that in here, then refresh. I misspelled console warn somewhere. Probably here. Holy crap. That's quite the misspelling. So you do that. Do that. Handle change undefined. Okay. So this doesn't trigger handle change. Shoot. Setting, I forget. I need to build better. So that doesn't trigger handle change. Handle change. It's not going to be called handle change in here. Handle change is triggered as handler. Change. Handle settings change. Change handler. Create a toggle. Change handler. Exit if value has not changed. Okay, no. Change. Handle settings change. Handle settings change. Handler setting to settings. It seems like that is only getting triggered by the actual event handler. So do I have to manually trigger that? God damn it. Because it's a generic handler here. Find handler. Handle settings change. Handler settings handler. 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 Handler attached. Handler attached. Yeah, this is really... This is all part of the UI stuff. Handler settings change. Handler settings change. Handler. Where am I actually executing handler? Where am I executing the handler? It's got to be somewhere. Oh, I'm just directly attaching it as an event handler. Oh my god. Okay, so the event that comes in is an actual event then. Event target. So we're pulling all that stuff out. But wait a second. So we're overriding the default. So the default handler does that. Here we're overriding the default handler. I'm not sure if I'm aware that this also hijacks the whole class setting and stuff. So handle change here gets set setting, init settings, handle init. So somewhere feature puzzle events. This handle change. So it manually triggers that if event. Otherwise, toggle settings class feature set. So I can manually trigger that, but it feels so jank. So, so what we want to do then is we'll do framework features. right? And then here, puzzle events, which is going to be so confusing. Right. And then puzzle events dot handle change. So if we do this, and I'm resetting these here, and then I do this, puzzle events is undefined. God damn it. Frame work dot features. Who wants a documented API anyways? How boring. Puzzle. No. Okay, what features do we have here? What is it called here? I didn't call it puzzle events. Why is hair gig undefined? Oh, that's not good either. Puzzle events. Maybe it just has a special name. Maybe puzzle triggers or something. Puzzle events. Puzzle events. Oh, is this using... It's not using the new API yet at all? Oh, that's terrible. That is actually kind of terrible. Because it doesn't do this. Puzzle events. Do I want to update that? I should, but I don't want to. Can I... the problem is... Oh, this is using an expired API. Wait a second. Framework dot settings options. Because the setting got registered, and as such, the handler should be in here somewhere. So if I do settings ops dot find, and we're looking for name equals puzzle events. Puzzle events. And then here, we should have a handler. Now the problem is this handler assigned correctly? It should be. So I do this. It runs handle change. I should fix that. But for now, I just want to see if what if how I think it should work is actually going to work. So I do this instead. Right, and now we can go back to resetting these two, reloading. So now the settings afterwards is snow cannon and confetti. And what does it actually run? Snow cannon. So this does work. Okay, but if we want to update this to the new API, I'm not sure how complex that is and how risky it is, because I haven't done this in a while. So the new API interface is this. And we kind of want to put that here. We're going to change this to const. This is still self-executing. We're going to put that in here. Feature possible. We're not going to run this here. Feature puzzle events dot create. So the create API call does this feature add feature, but do I want to have these before or after? That's the so then add feature calls this dot init. So so this should have an init in the API, and then that checks for a handle init, which does this. So now the thing is, we have a handle init here, but we kind of don't want to use that. Where's that handle init getting called? Handle init, jeez. Handle init, it's used in the settings init. Is this a thing anymore? I don't know, did I deprecate using that? Multicolor init, handle multicolor init. So we kind of want to change this to be handle init setting. Basically. So that's handle init setting. Now this is the new handle init where basically everything should start. We currently want to exclude all of this though. Right. At the end we just want to return this, which then needs to get renamed. Yeah, we need, oh my god, that's really ancient. How is it so old? I thought it's, well, I guess 3 in the corner is an old thing. No, but we have the C here and everything. That change? No, that didn't change at all. So why are we not just returning C here? Right? There's no reason not to do this. That's now all gonna be broken, right? Sure. Because the C here is... Oh, because we're like one level up or down? Ah, okay. That's still okay. That's still okay. Okay, now this isn't gonna work because it didn't run any of the initialization code. Handle change, init winter season, handle init. Handle init didn't get called. Feature puzzle events dot create. Feature puzzle events. Feature puzzle events. We have 2 feature puzzle events. Return C and then return feature puzzle events. Console. I'm gonna call it console error just excuse me. Just to get a different color so I don't have to look so hard. Yeah, okay, so that happens. Add feature this.init. So we have create, we have init, right? Except init isn't getting called. Why not? With app this feature app finish init framework.with app. Why wouldn't that run? Feature new C. Feature create, then new C. This double nesting, I hope that's not going to be a problem. No, feature puzzle events. So with app, that should work. With app, add feature. So here, if I look at the same thing here, we're at feature season. In fact, we have the same nesting going on here. Wait a second. We have... no. Okay. Feature puzzle events, feature puzzle events. Then down here, we're returning that. And then we're causing feature puzzle events. Or we just run that here and we don't return that at all. Return C. Well, if I do this here, right? We get the create, but then we don't get the other stuff. Now here, feature puzzle events. Wait, add feature here doesn't get called either. Am I completely not understanding how this happened, how this is supposed to work. Handle init. When does handle init get called? Oh, now we get handle. Wait, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Feature seasonal here. Feature seasonal here. Feature seasonal. Init and create. So we have create here. Yeah, this is how it happens. Like, you think you do something small, and then you're knee deep in weirdness. Ciao, guys. Have a good walk. So, why does this not work the same way? And I'm probably missing something obvious because I've converted some of the plugins from this old format to the new, but this actually had some of the new stuff already here. So it had already the C and is it because of the setting name versus C name? Oh, maybe it needs a C name. And C stands for constructor. So if I do this instead. What if we do this? If I refresh that now. Feature seasonal. We still don't get to that next level. With app. It should eventually call this. Okay, so right. It should be running this as well. Like, there's no reason why that shouldn't execute. That's independent. In fact, we're here. Okay. Under with app, what is feature? Feature is this. Let's make sure we remember where we are here. So, with app, feature, and then on feature, we want to execute add feature. Which should get us to here. Because that function is redefined down here somewhere, probably. Yeah, I keep forgetting about these things. That was, yeah, there it is. God damn it. Sorry. It's been a while. Because that needs to be in the handle init now. Because now we're getting all the way to init. And then we're getting to handle init. And then I can put this into handle init. Boom. And then we can get rid of this over here. Make it less spammy. And now we should be able to do these other things here. So we're gonna set all this up. Basically just here. I think. I don't think there's any reason why this needs to be done earlier. Then obviously we don't need that anymore. So if I now do this, is our puzzle events feature working again? Maybe not. The setting happens. Maybe handle init setting depends on all this other stuff. Maybe we should do these first. All right, so let's get rid of the spamminess. So that happens. That happens. That happens. And that happens. Now that puts it in the features list. We have the style sheet, all this stuff. Remove feature, is that getting overwritten somewhere down here? No. So if I go refresh that, we should get our handle init here. Init winter season. Now, if I change whatever the setting, oh, okay, it's down here now. If I change it to confetti. All right, so it doesn't work at all now. Feature puzzle events. Oh, no. No. What am I doing? No. Okay, that explains it. So this becomes all this now. Right. So. Okay. So now we can go back to this. And if I now refresh, that happens. And if I reset this and disable our winter season, it should now be on confetti. Okay. All right. I think we've done this transition. I don't know what the commit diff will look like. This we don't need now. This we don't need. Guess we could do this. Let's have a quick look if this is a huge mess now or not. So obviously we moved a bunch of stuff around. We've added the API in. We can now remove all these. 5, 7, 5. Get rid of that. All right, we had to rename that. So that's fine. And then we've just moved all that stuff from down here to up here. So all of this stuff is now up there. I don't know why it's complaining. What is it complaining about here? All right. So that got removed. It got moved up here. We had to change the setting, moved it below that. Okay. And we did all of that basically to get it into the right place. And now it should be in this list. Here we go. All right. So now up here, we can do this. And let's just disable all of these. Let's do that. Let's refresh that. I disabled that. Let's re-enable that. Okay. Puzzle events is undefined. Framework.features. Is it because its timing is wrong? Puzzle events. Puzzle events. Missing E. Puzzle events. 2 E's in the middle. Here we go. Okay. Now, this should be the instance. So we should be able to just run this. Dot handle change. So, right now, it's confetti. Oh, clear. Reset the settings, reload, and it's snow. Now, what I'm not testing here is to go back automatically, but we don't really have to. People can change it. So I'm tempted to just leave it like this, and I can always look into this. We'll have the setting saved in the other setting, right? So in theory, we should be able to just go back. Now here, if I do this, it should say already settings exit here. And by not exiting, I'll have overwritten it, right? But if I do this and then refresh, exit here, and I'll say framework dot get setting, and then puzzle events, that should be snow cannon. But if I say winter season 2026, it says confetti. Okay. So if I get rid of this and this, can I check what else I've added? Not too much, just that one function for now. Kind of don't like this const indent. I think I'm gonna make these their own const blocks for these helper functions. Actually, the isActive can live there, but this is gonna get its own const block, and then it doesn't get this ridiculous indent. Is there? Should I? No, I don't think there's anything else I want to optimize. Unless I make isAffected a function like isActive. I don't really want to do that. I mean, I could move the isActive into the hand loaded, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. So const. All right. Refresh and snowflakes. Okay. If I reset that and I disable this, now I refresh, we'll have confetti. And if I enable it and reload, it'll have switched to snowflakes. Okay. I think that's fine for now. And we've kind of updated something, and it's, I mean, it's gonna go into beta now, and I'll probably publish beta to production pretty soon anyways. So I'm kind of okay with that. I'm okay with that. So, and bump minor, because major versions, me, never. And we'll just do that for now. So now Snow Cannon 2026. 2026 seasonal Snow Cannon. Good enough. All right, actually, I'm okay with that. And we updated the puzzle events thingamajig. All right, so we've done that. Let's look at the suggestion from Curling Lips. So what did he say? So I haven't been keeping up on the Discord chitter chatter. Crashes when I try to enter crashes. What do you mean crashes? How does a Sudoku pad puzzle crash? Crashes when I try to enter digit in a selected cell. Yeah. Holy moly. It does. Oh, no, wait, it came. So is it just freezing? Holy moly, okay. Created in Sudoku Maker. Crashes when I try to enter digits in a selected cell. One user said it crashed when clicking on a cell, and the user mentioned that it appears to work in his version of Firefox. Oh, Killer Calculator fails on this. Look at that, 7 gigabytes memory forward. So Killer Calculator is doing too many iterations here. Can I just kill this one, please? Well, let's bring it in. I mean, Killer Calculator has some flaws, but I thought I had put in some protections. So this is without Killer Calculator. And with Killer Calculator on. Because I think it can't figure out exactly how things are set up here. So let us have a quick look. I know that the Killer Calculator is problematic, but that sort of thing is kind of severe. And it really shouldn't be doing that. So let's see, maybe we can fix it. Or at least mitigate it. You know, automatically disabling. It should just shut down when it's running over a certain number. I'm looking for K for killer. Or is it just calculator? Cage calculator, maybe. Sum calculator? Config checker? No. I don't know why I clicked that. My brain wasn't fast enough. It is not a feature, is it? It is a tool. Yes, it's it should have been implemented as a feature, but it is not. All right. Yeah, the calculator is also needs some love. So update. I mean, I'm sure we're getting to update. Right. So if I do this, and then I click here and press 1, no, okay. If I enable a thing, it hits update and immediately dies. Okay. So, update 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, let's kill this tab. Oh, where'd it go? Can I? Oh, it actually managed to get through the calculation. So it's right at the edge. And you saw that pause. And on my computer, for it to take that long is quite significant. I mean, it's not the best computer, but it's basically at the edge of freezing, 3 seconds. The question is, if I even clicking, holy moly, click, probably because the memory usage is so high now. I don't even know what it's still doing. The question is, why is it still using CPU when, as far as I can tell from here, oh, this one never finished, is it? No, it shouldn't be running at all. So I don't know what's running right now. So let's just refresh. I think I have to kill it. I don't even know where it's stuck. So let's refresh. 1, 2, 3, 4. So at this point, killer calculator shouldn't be running, but we're still seeing this huge CPU usage, right? If I disable this and this, and we kill it, it could also be that it just used up so much memory that from then on it's just broken, basically. I'm gonna make this smaller so I can have both of these on the screen at the same time. Right, so if I refresh this, it doesn't do it. Okay. This probably doesn't do it either. Yeah, so it's clearly that final step. Show cage. Now, show cage. I presume it has a big recursive function in here. Let's just show cage 1, 2, and we'll just exit at a couple of spots and see if that causes the memory usage to go down or not. So, for example, if I mean the CPU usage to get back under control, right? So if I do this and refresh, I think we don't have a problem. And if I put a 1 here, still no problem. Okay. So if we go to number 3, I'm guessing we'll have a problem. We have a problem, but it's not as big as before. In fact, we don't have the problem. Okay, we don't have the problem here. So maybe it'll have to be here? All right, refresh. 25%, that's not the 160% we saw earlier. In fact, no problem. Okay. if I put that here, and now, do we have the problem? No. Oh, now we have a problem. 186%. Okay, so now we definitely have the problem. All right, let's bring it back to here. We'll have to kill it. Refresh. This is console log debugging. Hey, Chameleon. Oh, sorry. You said that earlier. So, if I put a 1 here, nothing here, nothing here, nothing. I mean, it's jumping to 40% CPU is already excessive for what it does. All right. So if I put that here and I call it 3.2.1, because this is just, so I'm pretty sure comms to HTML is the problem. Probably because it just has too many combinations. That's what I suspect. So let's do this here. And I'm guessing they're just huge. So probably putting a limit of like 100 or something is probably enough to sort this out. Yeah. So it gets to tens of thousands. So even the fact that it can calculate them is already impressive. But we shouldn't get there. It shouldn't just get that far. So all comms, get killer combinations. Boom, get killer combinations. So here, eventually, it returns comms, right? So we're pushing things onto comms here, while true, 4 digits into combinations, while we can fit more digits into combinations. Back up next, left, blah, blah, blah. Right. So here, we should simply say if comms.length. And I think, I'm trying to think, if there's a situation where the total combinations might be large, but we know it's going to get reduced enough that we don't have to worry about that. So it's okay to, let's say, have 10,000 combinations when we always know we're going to eliminate 9,000. Or if any total combinations number over, let's say, 1,000 is pointless. So let's see if we can just say something like const max comb count equals 5,000. So if we say boom is greater or equals max comb count, console.warn comms reached max comb count of this, boom, comma exiting get killer combinations. All right. Comms reach maximum exit get killer combinations. Because at this point, this list is so long. And in fact, it already doesn't show. So we already have a limit on the maximum it can show. We have a solve timeout. So the solve timeout helps us, but the combinations generation is the problem here. Because it doesn't have I don't have smart enough code to handle a double puzzle like this. Blah, blah, blah. Handle act, handle start, handle click details. Comp element, target class, undefined digits, contains. There must be something why this can't open right now. Have I been smart enough for it to not add? Oh, no, wait. It's probably because we're returning here. So it might still try to generate the HTML for these 4,000 combinations or something. So if I click on this, yeah. So that doesn't help us. And it doesn't know that these are two separate puzzles. So the calculator just, it's pointless here. So I think the maximum calculation count should be relatively small-ish. I'm trying to think what reasonable 9x9 puzzle, what's the maximum cage? I think there's like a Sudoku killer calculator tool somewhere that's considered very good. So like what's the largest number of, probably like a middling one? Like 5 digits to, no, 3 digits to 15. To 45, 7 digits to 35. I don't even know what the maximum is. But it can't be that many. Let's say 6 digits, 35. Wow, okay, there aren't even that many with 4 digits. Oh, it's because they're limiting the sum. Because in my case, I add them all together. Can I not give a sum at all? Yeah, that's the problem, isn't it? So in my case, it adds them all together. Okay, if I reduce this to 1,000, am I gimping? No, it's silly because like the UI for 1,000 just is ridiculous, right? In fact, probably even 200. And by limiting it like this, now it'll fix the error, but it doesn't tell people what's going on. I might just do that as a to-do. So I might do this as sort of a hard prevention of this kind of problem, because that's a user issue, like a problem for the user, which I don't want to cause, especially like if they have a phone, this can mess with them. And if they don't know what's going on, like how to kill the application, all this stuff, this could potentially cause a serious issue for some users, right? So we probably only need that for now. And we can potentially make it a little bit bigger, although it doesn't really help because the UI won't handle it. Let's make it 500. So if I now do this, because I'm also not sure if it makes things sluggish generally, just that tab is just always gonna burn a lot of CPU cycles. Because I'm seeing 43 here. So if we bring this down to 200, is that better? Because it's basically trying to calculate the possibilities for everything. Oh, it's because he's using cages for the whole puzzle, I'm guessing. That's probably... or maybe the row column... No, it's weird. The killer calculator... He did something weird with cages that's triggering the killer calculator, and it shouldn't be. But for now, I think this is a reasonable fix, or a reasonable temporary fix. So I'm just going to put that in for now. So limit calculator to 200 combinations, max. And I might have to change that when I realize that 200 isn't enough for some reason. Reply in the puzzle that triggers the calculator. Calculate all possibilities, which which are too many. I've added for now, a simple limit to 300 combinations, which I'm just writing out the message should prevent these freezes, but there is no feedback to the user, so it needs more work, yet this will go live on beta shortly. Thanks for the report. All right, so that's that report. Then curling lips. I found this old discussion here, blah, blah, blah. We're talking about using Twimoji to use switches, chess piece I was able to use to use counter overrides internet. Okay. So these chess pieces, for example, basically download to chess SVG from lichens, rename them appropriately to correspond to each code, then add the codes to the end of the massive regex into emoji.nj.js. The problem is I don't really want to modify Twimoji, but I've in the past wondered how I could add my own substitutions, and you know, curling lips seems to have figured it out. But if you've previously built everything from scratch, I think you just have to rebuild again with these additional SVGs in the directory. It's just a minor option. It's literally just adding to one JS file. I attached a zip file of the properly named Staunty SVGs, but the thing is, I don't necessarily want to use somebody else's licensed work either. I mean, I guess I'm already doing that with Twimoji. So Piotr is helping somebody with layering. Okay, do we have a test puzzle for the new Twimoji items? So, so if I switch, well, this shouldn't be doing the substitution. So, just found out that the black font is already an emoji. There's another test someone can confirm any video. Okay, so let's take this to localhost. Localhost. Right. And we'll probably want to have a second copy of this open just for comparison. Where are these assets? Now override tune, add to the end. Okay, so let's have a look at that. Twimoji. I'm hoping I have it under assets. No, I do not. Oh, no, there it is. So he is saying if I just add something to the regex, which one? This one, I presume. And does that go till here? So just with an add. So he says just add this here and then reload this, and now it'll be all missing. Okay, if you want further go, also write feature emoji set most baseline to where I host the chess SVGs to see if things look eventually. Okay, let's have a look at that. All right, so he is saying if I temporarily replace line 39 to point to this instead of my local, I should be getting them. No. because I've done it in the wrong one. All right. Okay. And did he provide a zip with these SVGs? Blah, da, da, da. There they are. Okay. So we have these here, and we'll have this assets, Twimoji, SVG. So he's suggesting we just take these and put them in there. It shouldn't overwrite anything, right? So he's overriding 265F. 265 265F. 262F, 264F, 5BD, 265F. Ah, here we go, 265F. So that's the one that's already included. Okay. What's going on here? 1 second. 1 second. All right, let's do this again. Create files in the destination. Administrative privileges. What the heck? Whoops. All right, I'm putting them here, and then I'm moving them here. I'm not moving a folder. What are you talking about? Okay, all right. Calm down. Calm down. I probably can't rename this. That means something's accessing this folder right now. And what's that? What would that be? Is it some Explorer bollocks? It's open in what folder? In what program? I don't think it's in my server here. Can I rename this? Okay, now I can rename it. Can I move these in here? Yes, and now I can rename it back. And now can I? Yeah, because I don't like the idea of changing the Twimoji regular expression. But I do appreciate somebody looked into it. The question is, could I access this from here? So, in other words, can I access this regular expression from the outside? And it doesn't look like it, but it would be nice if there was a reference, because I think this is a local variable inside this object. That sucks. Yeah, if they were just to expose that regular expression that actually use JavaScript to modify it, that would be so much nicer. But this is what it would look like. And if I switch it back to my local here, it should also look like this. Let me get rid of the timestamps again. They're bugging me. I only have 20 minutes left in the stream as well. Hey Keith, what are you saying? Oh, it says that the stuck pad no longer displays the age of the puzzle. It isn't a problem, just something I've noticed. The age of the puzzle. Where did it used to display the age of the puzzle? I don't even know for sure. It's not here. Is it when the puzzle is completed? I'm trying to remember. The age of the puzzle. Where did it used to show that? Yeah, no, I remember what you're saying. I'm trying to think. Where was it? Just in this dialogue, or was it on startup? Give me a second. So that looks at the counter API. Because I don't recall deliberately changing that. And I'm trying to think where the counter API is getting hit. I think we have a feature for that, right? So we have a count something solve counter S. Solve counter. All right, and then here, handle dialog show counter in dialog. Where does it get time? First count, date now, duration, solved counter date. So in theory, it should still be doing it. Document dot query selector, solve counter date. Okay. What's going on here? Hey guys, hey Poochie, come here. Come here. How was your walkies? Oh, you were still wet. Did it rain?
Yeah, I'm not in the beginning.
Oh, good boy. I'm almost finished, Toby. I'll finish soon, okay? And I'll give you a cuddle. Used to say next days, yeah. So, show counter in dialog. Solve counter value. So, solve counter value here is here. Solve counter date should also be here. Okay, so, solved. Solve counter date, solve counter val. This doesn't have a solve counter. Let's load up today's gas. Oh, message from Timotep. Oof, Jesus. All right. All right. What's today's gas? Oh, I'm gonna do yesterday's gas because if I do today's gas, I actually have to solve it. So, solved counter. So if we do this, okay. So we have the date, but it's empty. All right, can we figure out why it's empty? So solve counter date is here. Oh, is it because if counter dot first count? Yeah, wait, okay. Console.log counter. Let's see. Ah, wait. I'm gonna have to solve it locally. Oh, you know what? I don't have to solve it. I have a button. A resolution Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, so we get the solve counter. We don't get the date. It's not coming out of the API. Okay. It could be something on the server. Yeah, I'm trying to remember if I did it on purpose, if people are complaining about it, but I don't recall deliberately making that change. The counter API. Am I hitting the remote counter API here? I don't recall. I don't recall. Sudo patch, counter, boom. Okay, let's have a quick look at the code for that. Did that change somehow and no longer return? So we have a puzzle server here. Counter. Nope. API. Server, counter, static routes. Yeah, that's not a static route though. API. Oh no, wait, it's not here. I'm looking in the wrong microservice. I have so many of them. Okay, it's in here. Counter. Get counter value. Info first count. Counter info. It's possible that something bad is happening to the counter info files. The counter info file is big. It's like 35 megabytes now, and it's making a copy every hour or something. So it's a little bit of a mess. Yeah, it's 50 megabytes at the moment. So, for example, right, we have first count on these. Can I look for this? No, wait, that's not the counter ID. Did it just crash? Uh-oh. What happened to Sublime? What happened? What's going on? Oh, it doesn't like 50 megabyte large files. It's a little annoying. Alright. Can I search for this now? Can I just open a notepad maybe? Something that doesn't choke on 50 megabytes of text because it's trying to do something weird. Cannot find. Okay, I need an older gas puzzle because I've updated this file quite a while ago. Okay, wait a second. We can update this. If my frickin' text editor doesn't choke on it so hard. Jeesh. No, wrong one. So we want to do a fetch DB here. Wait, do we do one? Yeah, fetch DB. All right, let's hope that doesn't choke, because it was never designed to be that big. And I'm more curious of, like, to make sure it's not a bigger oh shit, it is a bigger problem. It looks like the file is shoot. It looks like the file is completely got wiped when my drive filled up. Yeah, it must have gotten wiped. That means all the counts are gone. I'm surprised nobody else actually noticed. That's not great. I have backups. but I wouldn't want to just restore the backup. I want to merge it with the new counts, which is a little bit more involved. And I don't know when I'm going to find time for that. API database 2025. There should be lots of backups of these. And they should be cron jobbed to where? I need to remember where they are. One sec. I have to be careful also because I don't have a lot of time left and I feel like I'm bouncing around between different things and I don't want to half do something. I think they're in here? No. Where are my cron jobs? Jobs. I don't know, why wouldn't I call them cron? Right. Where do the backups go? Is it possible that they're supposed to be in the Mongo database now anyways? But I don't recall ever hooking this API up to the database. No, this is something else. Puzzle DB counts. Backup counter. Yeah, that's it. Cat backup counter info. And that'll go to... Okay. Here. Okay. So this is where our backups are, and then we'll see when I had that server issue, when the server drive filled up, it got reset. Okay, and that's why these times aren't being shown. Although they should get shown for newer puzzles. No, you're not causing problems. The problem was caused by this mess. I do have a backup that's not too old. So we only... And we don't necessarily even lose all of this. The question I have, though, for myself is why we don't see the start time for newer puzzles. And I don't see any start times here, which is mildly confusing and also a bit worrying. First count. One sec. I need to open this again. First count. Okay, here we have a puzzle with first count. Here we have another puzzle with first count. First count for this puzzle. Okay, so if I go to this puzzle right now, and then fill in a solution. Okay, so the counter still works. It's just that the database got corrupted. Why, for example, today's gas puzzle, though, doesn't have that counter is strange. Although, if that puzzle was tested before the wipe, although it should still get a first count. All right, let me open today's gas and then just enter the solution, look away. Okay, it'll show it. Okay, so it does work. It does work. It's just the database got wiped. Okay. Not great, not terrible. Let's finish off what we were doing before. So, I figured out what the problem is. It's a pure data problem. The code isn't broken. That's good. Can discard that. The emoji update. So the calculator fix is already in. I don't mind putting the to emoji update in there for now. So we're not even changing the feature. So we've changed 2 files. Why are we changing only 2 files? I thought we added a whole bunch. Is it possible that these are excluded now? Yes. That's awkward. No, wait, that's not it. We're looking at the wrong place, actually. Yeah, it's supposed to be excluded. I don't know why these wouldn't be excluded. I might have to remove them or something, and because they're not removed, I don't know why they're not being git ignored. Assets, Twimoji, I didn't misspell that or anything. Twimoji. Okay. So it's not adding new ones, but it's tracking the ones that are already in there, which isn't horrible. I'm thinking also if maybe I can make that change to the regular expression elsewhere. If I... Can I pretty print this? Pretty... for Jason? No. Pretty... Okay, good enough. I'm just thinking, this regular expression, is this inside a closure? This... Or is that just part of this var? No. Twimoji, this thing... didn't do it properly. It did not do it properly. On error... That's this on error function, right? Escape RE. So that's all part of this var, I think? From code point to convert. Or is it inside this object? I think it might be inside this object, which is a bit of a pain in the ass. Return Twimoji. So Twimoji should have an RE element, right? Twimoji equals yada yada, return Twimoji. Doesn't it look like this RE should be on this Twimoji object? So if I look here and I go to Twimoji.re, no. Twimoji.base. Yes. So this is part of Twimoji. Next. Yes. Convert from code point to code point. Okay. On error. Okay. Wait. This one goes to here. Okay. Then we have parse, blah, blah, blah. Ah, and that closes the object. Okay. So then these are all separate. Fine. This is the regular expression where we've added the things, except it's not there now. I don't know what happened there. And it's a variable. Okay, so the point is, I might, if I discard changes here, and then I go back to our test cases. So if I refresh this, it's not going to get replaced. Okay. If I go back to the comment by Mr. Where did he put it? Mr. Curling Clips. All right. So if I now say Ich know, say. If I know, I want to refresh this. I don't want to have a change in there. I don't want to have a diff at all. So feature T for Twimoji. I don't think I called it. I called it emoji, right? So, no, that's not the file. Assets, Twimoji min.js. Okay, so if we go back in here, console.log re. If I do this, is that gonna work? We have to make sure that file isn't getting cached. Disable cache. Console log Twimoji. Alright, if we have this, we're getting to Twimoji here, but we're not hitting that bottom line. All I was thinking is, instead of modifying the RE in here, is there a nicer place where after the fact I could modify it, right? So we have a function here which ends here, but it doesn't seem to reach the end of it. Function to code point, because there's a return up here, right? So the return is before the functions, and the functions still get declared. Because they get hoisted, oh my god, okay, this is all code minification bollocks. So, where's the return? Return to emoji. So, console.log re. If I log that in here, before we return to emoji, we get that. But because it's not a string and a regular expression, modifying it here is going to be a pain in the ass. So I don't think I'm going to do that, actually, after all. So we're going back to what we did earlier. So if I eliminate this, because right now we'll have a diff here. If I eliminate that, the diff should go away. Maybe we don't need that. Whatever, discard changes. So we're just gonna take this, and I find this character a bit weird. That one is odd, but we should be able to just add that here. And now if I refresh this, it's like that. And if I refresh, and now we can toggle the Twimoji setting, and we should be able to get back to the original ones. Is that under experimental? Or under advanced? Or under visual? Disable. Wait. Okay. So if I toggle that, we can go back and forth. Okay. And here in the network tab, we should see these SVGs getting loaded. Can I clear this and then reload? Yeah. Why they get reloaded when I toggle is a bit odd. Okay. They should really get cached, but I think they are being cached. Okay, so let's see if there's any gotchas. Add override to redirect Twimoji opt space to where a host chess pieces SVG, but code if these SVGs are made direct from to look at assets to Twimoji SVG. Do this yourself. What you have to do is make these additional SVGs appropriate named available. Blah blah blah. The manual operate. Obviously, I just did the manual option. So you're adding to one JS file. But if your previous We built everything from scratch, and I think you should have rebuilt again with the addition of switches and director. Yeah. I'll be honest. I don't know. Like, I've looked for ways of adding my own things. I mean, I guess I resisted manually editing a third-party library. I don't like that. But I also don't see why not, to be honest. So I'm just gonna make an executive decision and say let's do that. All right. All right. And we're gonna bump it again. That's like our third update today. Holy moly. We never got to the talk part. Updated Twimoji with chess symbols. Right, that should be all of that. Can we show this? It's gonna be useless. That's a bit of a pity. That's kind of silly. All right. Yeah, let's do that. So I'm gonna actually do a run deploy. Oh no, we're in the wrong place. All right. Yeah. npm run deploy beta. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna run beta something something. What caused all this discussion? I found this old discussion. We talked about using Twimoji to use SVGs for chess pieces, and I was able to do this just by... Okay, so there isn't a particular puzzle that's using it. All right, I'm gonna play to this gas puzzle and use that as our test of beta. So let's open this in beta and have the console open just in case there's some funny business we need to keep an eye on. Right. Let's no threes in the corner, so I can't even test that. Irregular number 9. Is it? It includes 0. Okay. Kropke pairs must be considered if difference of 1. Digits in cells must have a ratio of 2 to 1. No negative constant. Other pairs are just okay. 0 isn't a, so this can't be 0, right? So that's just like that. This can't be 1. So 2, 4, 8 with a 4 in the middle. 8 and 2, right? 2, 4, 8 because 1 and then down it doesn't work. 7, 9 here. 7. Sure. 0, 1, 2. 4. Okay, 1, 2, 4, 8, or 3, 6. This can't be a 4. This can't be an 8. Can't be a 2 or 1. So 4, 8, 3, 6. Can't have an 8, so no 4. So 3, 6. So 2, 4, 5, 7. No 2. 1, 2, 4, 3, 6, 8. All right. 4, 8, 2, 1. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Oh. 3, 5, 7, and 6. 3 correct. Okay. Consecutive, starting from 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No 3 and 8 here, and no 8 and 7 here. If there's no 7 here, no 8 here, 7, 6. There's no 7 here. 6, 5, 4, 3. No, that's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8. No 8 here, no 4 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8. No 4 here, no 8 here, no 2 here, no 1 here. That can't be a 1. Okay. All right. No 2 here. No 2 here. So 2 is here or here. That can't be a 2. So no 2, 2, 2, 2 here. Okay. No 1, 2. So 3, 4, 6, 8. 4, 8. 4, 5, 7, 9. So that's got to be a 0. This can't be a 1. 0, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 7 goes here. 9 goes here or here. 0 can't be here, so 0 is in one of these. 0, 0, 0 could be here or here. It can't be here. And it can't be here. Wait a second. 0 can't be here. Can't be here. This could be a 0. This could be a 1. Oh, I excluded the 1 mistakenly. This can't be a 2, but it could be a 1. And that's the only place where the 0 can go. So this has to be a 0. That has to be a 1. That has to be a 2. Alright. I think we're still on the right track. 2s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No 8, no 7 this way. Alright, fine. No 2 here, no 2 here. 2 goes here. Can't be there. So that's a 2. So that's a 1, 3. No. That's got to be a 1, 4. And that's got to be a 1, 3. And specifically it's a 3. 3, 6. So that can't be a 4 anymore. 5, 7, 9. That's still fine. 5, 6, 7. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Can't be 4. Alright. 2s. Do we have all the 2s already? I think so, yeah. We don't have all the 0s. And we don't have all the 1s. 1 can't be here or here. So 1 goes here. 1 can't be here or here. So 1 goes here. 1 can't be here. So it goes here or here. Can't be there. So it goes here and here. And then 1 isn't here, isn't here, isn't here, isn't here, isn't here. That's the 1. Cool, 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 cool. All right. 9. 9 is here or here. So it can't be here. So it's got to be in these 3. 9 isn't here, isn't here, isn't here. 9 isn't here, and it's in here. 0 has to go here, because it can't be here. And then it can't be here, so 0 is here or here. Can't be there, so it's there. Can't be here, it's got to be here. Can't be there, so 0 goes there. 9 is here or here now. 9 could be here. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't know about 9 here. 3 can't be here. 3 could be there. 3, 3, 6. Can't be a 3, 6. 4, 5, 7. 8. 0. 0? Oh. I was missing a 0 still. I think that's all the 0s, right? Yeah. Okay. Alright. Ah, my nose is itching. 3 is here or here. 8 and 9 are over here. Do we have any more dots we can do something with? This is a 6. This would be a 5 or a 7. This is a 3. That'd be a 4. That's quite natural. That is quite a natural. If this is 3, 6, we have a problem here. If this is 4, 8, do we have a problem here? I'm not sure. 9 goes here. 9 still here or here. Can't be here. Can't be here. 9 is here or here. What else is there? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. No 4. So that's got to be a 4. 5, 6 then. Alright. 3. I'm gonna just hope that's correct. That can't be a 3 now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That can't be a 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 5. So that's a 4. That's a 3 or a 5. And then 3, 5, 6. So we have a 5 here, not here. 5, 6, 9 here. 5, 6, 9. So that's a 7, and that'll be the 8. Okay. 8, 4. Not a 5. Not a 4 here. 7, 8. Alright, 3, 5, 6. 0, 1, 2, 3, and 7 here. 3, 5, 3, 6, 5, 6. That's also 5, 6 here. No 5 here. Means 5 goes there. Alright, I think we can fill in some of these gaps. 3, 6, 7, 9. 3, 7, 69 there. What else? 0, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3 here. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 8 can't be here. So 8 can be there. This can't be a 7, 8 because of that 7, 8 at the top. So that's the 8. That's a 7. 7 goes there. There's a 6 here. So that can't be a 6. 5 or 9, 5, 7, 9. 5, 6, 5, 7. Okay. It's starting to slowly coalesce. 0, 1, 2, 3 in the column. 4, 5, 7, 9 here with a 5 in here. And here, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then 8 here or here. 3, 4s. 4s go here. So that's either 3, 6 or 4, 8 still. 5s, we don't know. 3, 5, 6, 6, 9. 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 4. 7s. Where do 7s go? 7s go here. 7s go here with a 9. So that can't be a 3 or 6. So that's a 7, 9 pair. 4s go here. 8s go here or here. 3, 6. This can't be a 3, 6 because there's a 3, 6 in the chaos box. The chaos box. 3, 6, 3, 5, 6. So 3 goes here, not here. The 3 goes here actually. Okay. What else we got? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's gotta be the 8. 5, 6, 3, 6, 3, 4, 4, 4. I'm just saying numbers now. 0. Okay, we gotta be close, right? 0, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8, 7, 4. 9 being here somewhere. 5, 6, 9. So that's gonna be a 3. That's reducing a lot of 3s from all over the place. And here. 5, 7, 9. We have a 5 in here. So that's gotta be a 6. That's gotta be a 5, 6, 5. 69. No 9 here. No 6 here. 4 here. Alright. 7, 9. That's a 6 here. 9 goes here. 7, 5 here. 7 here. 5 not here. 9 not here. And 6, not a 9. 5, 6. 5, not 6. 8. 3. 7, 9. Which is resolved. Hope I'm not making a mistake somewhere. 1, 2. Nope. 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 7. So I think it's basically done. Just gotta fill in all the numbers and hope we didn't make a mistake, because I am very careless when it comes to these. I don't have a lot of pride in my puzzle solving skills. Here we go. You see, okay, so now we have the solve counter and the time. We didn't get any errors. We didn't have any chess substitutions. So at least we know the basics should be working. All right, I think that's it. Cool. What did we get to? We got this done. We didn't get to revisit the snow effect. And we didn't get to explore the topics, but we also looked into fixed calculator freeze. We fixed the calculator freeze as well, which I'm happy about. It's always nice to have slight, even if it's not like a universal proper fix, but I don't want to freeze people's browsers. That's not a good experience for anybody. All right. I think I call it here for today. It's got to be sitting in beta for a little bit for testing. And then hopefully I can push it very soon to production, because there's a few small things that have kind of accumulated and they've been there for a while now. I think it's time to release them. I gotta make a note. I'm gonna add that here to do check restore backup of counter of Sudoku pad counter db. I'm gonna put some exclamation marks at the front so that I remember that this is kind of important. All right, I think that's it for today. I smell dinner and I'm tired and my mouth hurts because I've been talking too much. Anywho, thanks for the Merry Christmas, Keith, and thanks for hanging out. Always appreciated. Oh, what are you saying? Just thought you might like to know. Sorry to add you. Okay, no worries. One of the easy puzzles in Signet Sudoku might be a quick test. Sorry, I mentioned it. Didn't want to cause problems. No, don't worry about it. All right. Thanks for hanging out, guys. And never be afraid to let me know if there's a problem. It's my job to ignore it if I don't think it's something I need to be doing. But you don't cause this. Any work I'm doing, I cause myself. All right. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Take care. Have a good rest of your day. And if I don't, well, I'm not planning to do another stream before Christmas. So have a happy Christmas if you celebrate. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one. And or in my emails and or the Discord or wherever you want to send me.